For a long time, each of us believed that crime was only committed by those with a dead heart, whether a man or a woman, who chose an easy path for quick gain. But now, it seems it's not surprising to read about a young male or female pupil, or a university student, grabbing a knife and killing, perhaps his father or mother to get the deadly poison, a dose of heroin, a narcotic pill, or a joint of marijuana. And so the first of these tales begins. Rasha, a student at one of the faculties of Cairo University. She was tender-hearted, with sweet features. Her dreams were big for the moment she would graduate from university. Suddenly, everything collapsed. Beauty faded, her body withered, and dreams committed suicide with an overdose of drugs. Rasha lived a stable life with her family, a final-year student at one of Cairo University's colleges. She never knew failure in her life. She always kept her envisioned future in sight. Days passed, and life in Rasha's home followed a specific routine and system that never changed, until the mistake that Satan awaits from each of us happened. Her weakness was her family's low standard of living, which she imagined as a prison sentenced upon her by the days. A badly behaved friend with poor morals caught her dreams. She convinced Rasha to break free from her miserable life, and instead of driving away the accursed Satan circling her, she listened to her advice. She ran away from home, and her hand picked up her first cigarette. Then it became her habit to smoke cigarettes stuffed with hashish and marijuana, which became her staple meal. Rasha then embarked on a path of adventure, this time having to sacrifice her body to obtain ample money. Another Satan approached her, teaching her another type of addiction. This time it was sniffing heroin. Before she sniffed the white poison, the Satan advised her not to hesitate, claiming that sniffing heroin would free her from a world of problems, worries, and sorrows, allowing her to soar above the clouds at the speed of light. Rasha rolled up her sleeves for the first sniff, then for the first injection of the death drug mixed with lemon solution to course through her veins. The young girl fell, and with her, she fell into a sea of depravity and addiction. A dose of heroin or an injection in exchange for spending a night with one of those seeking forbidden pleasure. Because she walked the wrong path, it was natural for the detective's eyes to catch her. Rasha entered prison with more than one charge: prostitution and drug use. Prison, for Rasha, was not about rehabilitation and reform after she failed her education, but a real beginning of deviation through its widest doors. It was as if she found it difficult to quickly correct the mistakes she had made. Rasha left prison not alone, but with a criminal who had mastered walking the path of sin. Her name was Jahan. Their relationship solidified, and a life of debauchery became their life. They became inseparable in every step, each knowing the other's friends. Addiction to heroin, sniffing, and injecting was their shared hobby. Not a day passed for Rasha and Jahan without addicting themselves to a dose of heroin. Before sunset one day, Rasha met her evil friend Jahan in front of a famous restaurant on the Nile Corniche in Aguza. Their pockets were empty and barren. Rasha asked Jahan, "My body is consuming me, with craving. I want the injection. Do you have any money, Jahan?" Jahan replied to her friend, "Not a penny, my friend. I myself am in need of a sniff or an injection." Silence fell between the two until the she-devil Jahan broke it, advising her friend Rasha to help her out of this crisis. She said she knew a heroin dealer. Why don't they go to his apartment, get their high from him, and the dealer takes his high from them? "What do you think, Rasha?" Rasha agreed. Inside the drug dealer's apartment, the last tense moments of Rasha's life passed. Hassan, the drug dealer, took out the tools for the white poison. He injected Rasha with a dose of heroin into a vein in her arm. Then Jahan also surrendered to an injection and collapsed onto her seat like the remnants of a human being. While the Satan, Hassan the drug dealer, revealed his ugliness by taking his payment from Rasha. While tearing off her clothes, he was surprised to find her a lifeless corpse in his hands. The three of them thought about disposing of the body after Hassan's devilish friend joined them. They waited until night fell, then set off carrying Rasha's body in a microbus that roamed the streets of Giza Governorate neighborhoods, searching for a remote area to dump the body. They finally stopped at the Marbutia Canal on Al Mansuriya Road near the Giza Pyramids, threw her there, and fled quickly. The three suspects were arrested. The prosecution charged them with premeditated murder, concealing a corpse, drug addiction, and assaulting the girl by raping her. The case ended faster than anyone could imagine.